The scent of antiseptic was sharp and unfamiliar. As Ada took her first steps into the hospital ward, dressed in her crisp green scrubs, her name tag still shiny, she was ready to begin her journey as a nurse intern. She had dreamed of this day, the beginning of a life dedicated to care and healing. But beneath her excitement, a current of anxiety pulsed quietly. "Welcome to Ward C," Nurse Juliet said warmly. "You'll be observing today and assisting with vitals. Stay close, ask questions." Ada nodded, clutching her pen and notepad tightly, eager to impress yet terrified of making a mistake. By midday, the ward buzzed with activity. Ada had assisted in dressing wounds and had even helped calm a crying child. She felt a new confidence building until it happened. They were inserting Anferline into an elderly patient, a routine task. Ada held the man's hand gently as Nurse Juliet guided the needle. But as Juliet adjusted the catheter, the patient flinched unexpectedly. In a split second, the needle slipped and pricked Ada's gloved finger. She froze. Juliet immediately removed her gloves and checked her hand. "Did it puncture your skin?" Ada stared at the tiny red dot. "Yes, just a bit. I felt it." "Come with me," Juliet said firmly, guiding her to the treatment room. The next hour was a blur. The hospital protocol was swift wound cleaning, incident reporting, baseline blood work, and the all-consuming fear. Ada sat on the exam table, her hands trembling. "What if he's positive?" she whispered, more to herself than anyone. "HIV, hepatitis. I didn't even last one day." She felt foolish, weak. Her dream was crumbling before it could fully begin. Juliet returned a few minutes later. "We've tested the patient. He's negative for HIV, hepatitis B and C. You're clear." Ada's breath hitched. Tears spilled freely as she covered her face. "Thank you, Jesus," she whispered shakily. Juliet sat beside her. "You were brave today, Ada. This happens more often than people talk about. It doesn't make you a failure. It makes you human." That night, Ada sat alone in her room, the events replaying like a loop in her mind. Fear still clung to her, but so did something deeper: gratitude. In her quiet prayer, she said, "Lord, I was afraid. I thought my mistake would cost me everything. But you came through. Thank you for watching over me when I couldn't watch over myself. Thank you for your mercy." The next morning, Ada returned to the ward, hands steadier than before. The incident hadn't broken her. It had baptized her into the sacred, imperfect world of nursing. A world where mistakes happen, but so does grace. She smiled gently as she approached her next patient. Her first day had almost broken her spirit, but instead, it had awakened something stronger. A deeper dependence on God and a newfound courage she didn't